Welcome to SP Waltrip High School. This is Wayne Dillon, and I am very honored to be your spokesperson for the National Jazz Festival. I really enjoyed your band. What a terrific ensemble. Congratulations to the members and the director for putting such a well-prepared group on stage and being part of this festival. I hope you had as much fun getting ready and performing as I did listening to you. What I'm going to try to do here for you is give you some general, maybe some specific commentary. So here are some of my takeaways. First of all, excellent lead trumpet playing, really mature approach. Great job with lead trumpet, excellent. As I mentioned, congrats on a really well prepared set. The students had a really strong understanding of the idioms, and it was obvious that a lot of work had gone into creating that, and obviously their knowledge of the musical styles was on display for sure. Great feel and interpretation throughout. I like the way you phrase. What I mean by that specifically is you have a strong understanding of note weighting and inflection, and obviously the lead players are kind of laying that down and everyone else is following along suit. So great detailing in the phrasing. Bone soloist, I think you could stay on top of the backgrounds a little bit more. And so some of that may be just as simple as maybe having the backgrounds down a little bit more, having the bone have more of an emphasis on building the solo and that type of thing, and work a little bit more closely with that. For your guitar solo, you play really well. It's a little bit relegated to the blues scale, which is fine, but I think you are ready to kind of break out and explore some additional vocabulary. It might start with just some chromatic passing tones, the minor and the major third, the flat seven, the natural seven, and then some other color tones. And again, the best way to do that is to just listen to solos, transcribe solos, study solos that are written out, and that can help expand your knowledge in those areas, because you're definitely ready for more. Nicely done with your drummer. Just a really good feel. Really like the way the drummer set up the band for entrances and that type of thing. Very intuitive. Saxes at times when you go into some 16th note ideas, just blow through those, and you're gonna then become more part of the overall mix of the band with the rhythm section and the brass. I noted that at some of the more notier sections that you kind of pull back a little bit with the sound, so that'll help the clarity and the overall balance. At times you can get, again, more in the full 2D sections, that your trombones could be a little bit more in the mix as well. Not always, but when everyone's full out, sometimes you lose a little bit of the bones, and that could be just as simple as orientation of the bells or just their contribution. Under the bass solo, I know you kind of have like a Freddie Green style comping thing with the guitar. Maybe a little less either volume or just activity there, especially at the start of the bass solo, and make that a little bit more about the bass. Really like the trumpet quote, take the A train. That was cool. Always great to hear. And it certainly indicates, obviously, the students are listening and can apply other music to different settings, and that's always a great sign. Also impressed with the vocabulary of the tenor solo. That's what we're talking about when I was talking about with the guitar. Just dig in and study and try to get new ideas. Impressed with just the dynamics of the band. Great contrast from pianissimo to fortissimo. You really have a solid grasp of that. I really enjoyed the bone and the alto lead and the ballad. I thought they did a great job. Although when the harmonies get a little bit more dense, like later on, really dig into those chords and also the scales that might be associated with that. I felt that could have been a little stronger for the soloists. In the funk chart, at the start, I don't know if it was the amp setup or the levels, because obviously it's different than what you had just played. So maybe a little adjustment on the amp itself or on the bass itself, so you can get a little bit more clarity, because obviously a completely different style of bass playing in that chart. Winds, nice job of blowing through falls. A lot of bands don't do that. They kind of get to the note and fall and never really establish the note. But you do a great job of emphasizing the vowel down and then blowing through the fall. So great job with that. I think in general, the soloists, when you get into this particular piece, the funk chart, you just need to have more rhythmic variety. A great way to do that. And if you listen to rock music, you'll hear there's so many hemiolas, right? So many like displaced sort of rhythmic ideas over a bar that it's a motivic thing, right? That shows up in different places in the bar. It could be a 2 or 3 or 4 note motif. And I think in this kind of tune, find some rhythms that are interesting and create some of those hemiolas, and it's going to give the solos a lot more life and energy. You can build tension with that and then resolve it. So that would be something, along with building, just generally building the solos dynamically with your range and that type of thing. I love the Miles Harmon section where you broke it down. I thought that was terrific, and it allowed the soloist to really kind of build some ideas. And you can hear that obviously he's done some listening to Miles Davis and trying to emulate some of the bends and some of the phrasing of Miles. So that was awesome. Very good vocabulary. It's tough with a mute, any kind of horn with a mute when there's backgrounds involved. So maybe less on the backgrounds, or really get the soloist right on the mic, literally put the Harmon mute right on the mic, and then obviously use your range and that type of thing, and that will help as well. A great drum solo, terrific, really, really great technique, great feel and style. And overall, just a really excellent variety in the repertoire. It shows that the students are handling and understand a variety of idioms inside this jazz umbrella, and that's terrific. That's a great thing to hear for young musicians. So I was just knocked out with your band. I really thought that you had a great set, really, really, really well prepared. Thanks for being in the venue that you were at, and the quality of the sound and everything. And it was very thoughtful. Like, you put a lot of preparation and thought into what you would sound like for this event. So great job. I hope the comments are helpful, folks, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks.